Hello and welcome back to our HTML tutorial. In this second part, we will be exploring some exciting topics such as media elements and also get started with CSS too. Let's look at header first. Over here we have logo, and we have used nav element for nav links in our header. Now, let's look at CSS for this header. Let's start by setting some basic styles for our HTML document. We'll use the root selector and the body element to ensure that everything has zero padding and margin. Moving on to our header element, we'll make it a flex container with the items inside centered and spaced out. We'll use the display property with a value of flex, along with the justify content and align items properties to achieve this. To style our navigation menu, we'll set the unordered list to display as a flex container with no list style, margin, or padding. We'll then add some margin to our list items to space them out. The links inside our navigation menu will have a dark gray color, with no text decoration and an increased font size. To create our hero section, we'll add a section element with a class of hero. The hero section is a prominent part of a web page that typically contains a large image, video, or other attention-grabbing element, along with a heading, subheading, and call to action. We'll use a div element to hold the text and button inside the hero section. To add a background image to our hero section, we'll set the background image property to the URL of the image. We can use a locally stored image or a direct link from the internet. We'll set the background size to cover and the position to center. We'll also set the height to 500px and the display to flex, with justify content and align items used to center the content both horizontally and vertically. The text within the hero section will be centered using the text align property, and the color will be set to white using the color property. For the hero content, we'll create a div with a class of hero content to contain the heading and paragraph. We'll use the background color property to add a background color to the heading and paragraph, with padding of 12 pixels to give some space around the text. We'll use border radius to round the corners of the background color, and set the opacity to 90% to make it slightly transparent. The font size of the heading will be set to 3 rem, and the font size of the paragraph to 1.5 rem. Finally, we'll add some space between the heading and paragraph using margin bottom. To add a call to action button, we'll use the button element with a class of hero button. We'll set the padding to 10 pixels for the top and bottom and 20 pixels for the left and right, with a font size of 1.2 rem. The background color will be white, with black text and no border. We'll use border radius to round the corners of the button, and set the cursor to pointer to indicate that it is clickable. When the user hovers over the button, the background color will change to black and the text color to white, with a smooth transition effect added using the transition property. And that's it. With these styles applied, our header and hero section will look stylish and professional. Before we proceed with the next section of this tutorial, let's take a closer look at media elements in HTML. While we've already used the image element, it's important to understand how video and audio can also be embedded within a web page using HTML. HTML video and audio tags allow us to embed media in a web page, with support for various file types that can be played directly in the user's web browser. For videos, most web browsers support the following file types: MP4, WEBM, and OGG. For audio, the following file types are supported by most web browsers: MP3, WAV, and OGG. To use the video tag, we start with the video tag itself, and then add a source element. It's important to note that the source element has no closing tag. Within the source element, we add two attributes, src, also known as source, and type. In the src attribute, We add the address of the video file, and in the type attribute, we specify the format of the video using the MIME type, such as video/MP4. The video tag also offers various attributes that can be used to customize the video player, such as width and height, and the ability to enable player controls like pause and volume buttons, using the controls attribute. There are additional attributes available to further customize the video player. Similarly, the audio tag can be used to embed audio within a web page. Just like the video tag, we add a source element and specify the format using the type attribute, such as audio/OGG. Multiple source elements can be added to accommodate for different browser support of file types. Overall, understanding how to use media elements in HTML is essential for creating dynamic and engaging web pages. Let's look at an example of the code and its output on web page. In both examples, the text "your browser does not support the" will be displayed if the browser does not support the video or audio tag. In the next part of our tutorial, we will focus on the main section of our website and explore more topics. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned.